Premier League football is back, and we're here to look over the first round of fixtures. You're watching Foot and Mouth. Welcome back to Foot in Mouth. We've got a full house here today. Sponzy, how you doing?
I'm good, and you, bro?
I'm good, thank you. Ethan, how you doing, my man?
I'm good.
Simple as we all got wins to be happy about at least.
Yeah.
Look, before we get to the
We all
games,
get convincing wins. But
Yeah.
we all got wins.
before we get to the games, news-wise, João Felix has rejoined Chelsea on a permanent this time. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are happy about it, excited about it.
I like it.
I'm still not
I
convinced
like
by the
João
man.
Felix. I think he's only 24 years old. He's accomplished a lot. He still plays for the Portugal team.
I
think João Felix
only
is a
like
good
him
player.
at Portugal.
You can't
and
only like a
I
player
only
for
like
the international
Atletico
side.
have been desperate to get rid of him from the minute they bought him. Barcelona didn't want to make it permanent. There are
Okay.
reasons for these things.
Barcelona's a terribly run club, and Atletico. I don't know what Simeone's mindset is, but
But so look, João Felix becomes the millionth signing of Chelsea this season. I don't know how they're going to squeeze him in and all the other players. We already know that players like Sterling are quite upset about their omission from the squad. Sterling and his camp putting out a statement hours before kickoff, which is not what you need to see from a player who is...
No.
I'm assuming he's an important player in the locker room at the
I
very
thought
least,
he's
just
senior.
because he's
Yeah,
been
he's
there for that
senior.
long.
look, at this point though, they've got a new manager in and stuff. Like I don't necessarily know if you're not part of a new coach's plans, you're not part of the plans.
No, true. Look,
You
the
know what I
statement
mean?
obviously read that they had been given all the impression that he was part of the plans, and that's why they were annoyed.
Yes, there is that part. But again, though, if he wasn't told directly by the manager, "Hey, you are part of my plans," like if this is some like goalkeeper coach or some random
No,
like
but let's
assistant,
be realistic. That's not gonna happen.
I don't know. I don't know
I
who's
think-
that Chelsea team is so big. I don't know
It's
who's
too
talking.
big.
I don't know who's talking to who directly.
I think we're not really used to this happening anymore.
Yeah.
Like player.
Hey, look, I saw
coming
it
out.
with Sancho,
Yeah, okay.
and
I'm
again
saying normal
that
clubs
was
with normal.
Look,
fucking
Sterling's camp
okay,
at least.
we're
I'm going to
still
say
talking about
Sterling's
Chelsea.
camp because
Yeah.
it was them, but they did mention that there were talks with Mariska, and that's why they were pushed to make that statement. Either way, I think it's pretty unprofessional.
It's very
I don't think it helps the team before a game as big as that game.
No.
But yeah, look, Sterling's had his say. I don't know how they're going to be able to ship him off. He's obviously one of the highest earners at the club.
to a certain extent, that could be why they're doing this. They may be just trying to push him
Trying
out.
to force him out.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
because I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's part of Mariska's plans.
I doubt it, but look, I
Because
mean,
why would
How
you?
old is he now?
he's also like 31,
Yeah.
32.
Yeah.
Why would you also buy Pedro Neto and João Felix then?
Well, there's a lot of why would you buys for most of the players that joined this season, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's
but
franchise vibes.
it's hectic.
Yeah, I guess.
But look, again, at Sterling's age, I wouldn't be surprised to see him just go, screw it, bro. I'll just sit out here for the rest of my contract and earn this cash, bro.
man.
He should look.
No one does that unless they
When
go
you
to
earning
Saudi,
300K,
Saudi,
bro.
Unless they do Saudi vibes.
My
no,
man is
actually.
basically earning Saudi wages in London. You don't have to move,
kinda
brother.
is,
You
yeah.
contracted, stick it out. If the club want to treat you like shit, boomerang then. You know what I mean?
No, look.
That's
Obviously, I'd like to see that just because it's Chelsea. But yeah, he's one of the highest earners there. No one is going to give Sterling those wages that he's earning at Chelsea.
No, if
No one is going to give it, bro.
look, I like him.
Yeah.
and maybe if he goes for a 3, some Saudi team would be willing to pay the wages.
But
or
that's why I
whatever.
say, look, right now, my man is still staying in the UK. He doesn't have to go to Saudi to earn really, really well.
Yeah, but
so,
How long has he got left on his contract?
don't know, but by the time it's up, you can imagine that he'd probably just retire. So just coin it, bro.
I think he's got like 3 to 5 years
Yeah,
left.
just
I
coin it.
think he's got 3 to 5
If you
years
earn
left.
325K a week and you're 32 years old and you've got kids, bro,
Yeah, I know.
just coin it and then leave.
But
You
I
don't need
doubt-
to play it. You've
I
won
don't-
everything.
I
You've
doubt-
won everything with
I
Man
doubt
City.
That's his mindset. But
Exactly.
I also doubt it, but again, like I said, I mean, he's not going to earn those wages elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, but you can be as competitive as you want. But at this point, when you're thinking about when you're pushing retirement, bro, and you're earning 320K, you don't have to go to the MLS for it. You don't have to go to the Saudi League for it,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And if they already don't want you in the team, then it's not like you're going, oh, I'm not ready to play. You're willing, bro. You're going to training. You're telling all the fans, yeah, I'm here.
Look, I've only actually seen that something like that actually happen with like Gareth Bale. When
Yeah.
one literally just like he's clearly capable. Like,
Yeah.
But
The club throws him out.
club for us, and it's mutual. Like they both,
Exactly.
but he's willing to sit on the bench and take the person,
take the-
take,
yeah,
and take the
exactly.
paycheck. Like
Exactly.
I'm saying, I've only ever seen that once.
I think this is just gonna cause like issues, and he's going to in some way be kicked
yeah,
out.
he's not. Gonna,
Yeah.
that's not gonna. Yeah, that.
This
that,
this doesn't end.
They
This
may have
doesn't
to
end
do that.
nicely.
Look, Bowley's got the money to buy him out of his contract if he wants. You know what I mean?
No,
Willian,
sure, yeah.
obviously, when Willian left Arsenal, he was there by us on like 250K a week, and he mutually agreed to leave without needing anything to be paid out. I don't think Sterling's going to be that kind, especially especially after the way they are treating a lot of Chelsea players at that club. But yeah, Sterling looks like he's on his way out. João
He
Felix
should be.
is in.
There's no way this ends peacefully.
Lukaku on his way out as well, closer to it at least to Napoli, and then Chelsea are going to start working on Osimhen, which will be the
gonna lie,
1,000,001th player.
Watching this Chelsea Man City game, Nico Jackson is the worst fucking striker I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, he got a lot of goals last season. He started slow, but he ended up getting double
dude,
digits. Bro.
I'm sorry. At this point, keep Lukaku. Like,
There's already talks of them offering him a new long-term deal and improved wages.
I don't know how Chelsea can spend that much and not come out of this with a good striker, bro.
I don't know how they can spend this much and not
Osimhen's
come
been
out
on
of
the
this
table.
with the FFP charge, bro.
Because they're smart.
I have also seen these talks that apparently Chelsea could be facing a transfer ban in the next 2 seasons or something.
Where did you see that?
I don't know who. I think it was Carragher. Someone was talking about it because they were saying this could
Yo,
be
I haven't-
why they're moving like this, because if they're expecting a ban, buy everybody
Get it
that you
now.
need to buy now because you
Lock
don't
them
need to
in.
be active.
Lock them in.
They faced the ban when Lampard was there, remember? And then they had to use the youth facilities. Now they've got endless amounts of
I
players to use.
completely forgot about that thing.
So if they
How long-
face another ban,
yeah.
then maybe this is it. Maybe this is them just going, look, we'll take the knock. At least we know we've got everybody that we want. We won't need to buy anybody else come when that transfer ban does happen, if it happens.
Yes, but this look if
that's
that's
5D chess 5.
that's so far.
It is, bro,
If
but-
this is the only option, fair enough. But if it's not the only option and this whole FFP thing's a myth, they've kind of fucked their team in the long run. They've set themselves up for this.
Look, bruh.
More of this is gonna happen. All these players are signed there for so long. So many of them aren't gonna play. More of them are gonna make statements about, hey, I'm not playing.
Look, I'm hoping that. I mean, I told you before, and with this
You
many
did
players,
statements.
You did say
I
this.
said with this many players,
you did say,
in the
you did
team,
say this exact
it's
same
going
thing
to
with
be
it.
expected
I
because
did-
they've got too big a squad.
I didn't think this would happen. I thought Chelsea would somehow find a way to field enough players. There's so many tournaments that happen. You could basically play a different team in each tournament.
But you know, the thing is, even if you do have a team just for the Carabao Cup, who's going to be happy playing once every 4 weeks?
Some 18-year-old?
Maybe, but now that 18-year-old has competition with a 26, 25-year-old dude that's a senior player that's also on the fringes
but
of
in
the
7 years, when that 18-year-old's in his prime and that 25-year-old's gone, there's your
team.
time.
I don't know, bro. Look, you got Ben Chilwell also being pushed out of the club now. Mariska's spoken openly saying he needs to find a new club.
I would take Chilwell at United.
There's a lot of Chelsea fans begging for United to
would
do
take
that.
a lot of players.
Yes,
bro.
okay, Swansea.
Dude, Chelsea fans have literally been begging for it.
Chilwell's a good defender.
But
You think so?
Yeah, you should.
But it's the injury record again.
It is the injury.
The
record.
injury
Fair
record,
enough,
bro.
yeah.
I don't think United need any more injury-prone players, bro.
But we've kind of got
What is
like
he, left back?
he's a
Yeah.
left back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
we've got
that's-
enough depth now where I think he wouldn't have to play all the time. You know what I mean? Muzraoui proved in the we'll get into the Fulham game, but Muzraoui proved he's good enough.
Well, it's one game.
It's one game.
It's one game. But we will get into that. In other news, Arsenal rejected a £25 million offer for Eddie Nketiah from Nottingham Forest. £25 million, good offer, but
25 is
United
good.
are sticking to their guns and they want closer to 30 mil, which I absolutely support.
25 is good. In my opinion,
support-
25 is good.
I just look at the Rutte deal with the Leeds signing Rutte from, not Leeds, sorry, Brighton signing Rutte from Leeds for £40 million. And that dude got 6 championship goals last season in 49 games. If he's worth £40 million.
I think that's the exception, not the rule.
Nah, if he's worth
But why is it an exception?
Because he's some fucking
I'd
Leeds
even go further back to when Liverpool sold Rian Brewster. They sold Rian Brewster for £20 million. That was before he even got a single Prem goal to his name. But they could get 20 mil for him.
No. He had already won the
What part did he play in that team? Please tell me.
Bro, you got a medal. I saw him at the
No,
same
but you absolutely got him. Our reserve goalkeeper would also get a medal if you want
No,
something.
you have to have 5 appearances minimum as an outfield player.
Okay, so Rian Brewster, however many appearances he had, his goal record was.
Besides that, and he had a Champions League because he got a medal for that as well. So,
But you cannot justify 20
No,
million
look,
pounds
okay,
for
look,
Rian Brewster, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. 30 million's not bad for Nketiah.
It's not.
He's a Premier League proven striker.
And
already.
again, closer to, just closer
He's a
to.
Premier League I would say,
Proven? Sponsored.
He's got double-digit goals, bro.
He's
He's got
proven to have played in the Premier League and
When he played, Nketiah's goals to appearance ratio is one of the best in the league. Literally.
But I wouldn't. Okay, I'm not.
He could do
it's
a
bit strong
job.
to say he's a-
He could do a
Yeah,
job at
definitely,
Fulham, at
definitely,
Crystal Palace,
definitely.
at
Proven's a little bit.
You have to be proven to do a job,
When
though.
I say proven, I'm thinking of like Ivan Toney.
yes. He's
who
also yes.
no Premier League clubs are interested in, by the way. He's going to
That's
Saudi.
because of attitude.
He's going to Saudi. All I'm saying is, remember last season we saw Nketiah get 9 goals in 11 games. Is that not proven enough in the Prem?
I put Swansea.
He just got 11 appearances, and then he got 9 goals in those appearances. If he played more,
Okay.
Look, I like.
and he's also 25.
I
bro.
like Nketiah. I think he
I
is
do
Premier
like him
League
also.
proven.
I don't know. I just think he's just below Premier. He's just below.
Okay,
proven.
but
Like
again, how much of that is up to just not game time? It's just,
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I don't know.
That's
but
what I'm
not-
saying. I think if he starts week in, week out, he improves on that
would
tally,
you
bro.
put him in a 20-plus goal season category?
I don't know yet. We've never seen him play
That's
that
what
many
I'm saying.
times.
Okay,
but what I'm saying
you
is
wanna be
in-
able to
in a-
know the
in a
answer.
handful of
That's proven.
this man got a hat trick against
Is that fair
Chelsea.
to say? Is that
Yeah,
fair
I
to
think
say?
that is
No,
actually-
I hear you. I'm saying, is it fair to say Premier League proven
Is 20 plus
goals?
goals.
I said
A striker.
I don't think 20 goals is a prem. I think 20 goals is elite in the prem.
Yes,
Logan
but
might-
that's
Logan
what
might-
I'm-
Logan
I'm
might be
talking
right.
about,
Yeah,
like,
I think
that
your
level.
your
Like,
standard
you
for
Arsenal,
proven
bro.
might be
You
20.
wanna-
No,
you
no,
wanna-
but what I'm
that's the
saying-
type of
what- like-
strikers
like-
you- that's the type of
Like,
striker
look,
that you guys
Kai
actually.
Havertz got 15 goals for us at striker after only moving to the striker position halfway through the season.
Okay,
I think that's
let's
proven,
say
but that's not
Premier League
elite.
proven player, not Premier League proven striker.
Okay.
Nketiah
Okay.
is a Premier League proven player. Bro.
Yeah,
Yes.
as
Because it's not just goals. He has some assists as well. You know what I mean?
But yes,
But
but I
he's
would
no-
say 30 mils actually not terrible. Especially
No, no, no,
you
no,
look
no,
at you look at
that's fine,
Smith Rowe also going for 30. I think McTominay deserves 30. I'm putting it out there.
It is fair.
Yeah. Look, and I did stay on one of the solo episodes that I did. On one of the solo episodes that I did say that I do believe Nketiah could push 20 goals if he starts week in, week out for a club like Forest or Palace.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm sure he could. Honestly, I'm sure he could.
But he does look like he's on his way out. There were videos of his private box being cleared out already behind the scenes. So I think a move is absolutely
wanna know what's
in the
happening.
works.
Like a private box.
No, he's box at the stadium. He's sweet. I guess we'll call it a
Oh,
suite.
I thought you meant like he's got a little suite where his family.
No, all the
chills
players
and
have the
watches.
VIP boxes that they have at the stadium. They got their own box where they can send their family to watch
Oh,
the
that's
game.
exact. Oh, that's
Yeah.
that. Oh, you do. Wow.
That's
oh.
the box.
Oh, fuck. Hectic.
But he does look like he's on his way out, which at least would be nice. It's pure profit for Arsenal as well. We didn't pay anything for him. Adam Ramsdale looks like he's on his way out. Wolves and Southampton both interested in the goalkeeper. We've already lined up our next backup goalkeeper as well. So whatever happens with Ramsdale, as long as we get some nice money for him, I think it's another 30 millish that they're looking for. And then Mikel Merino finally looks set to join the club this week, bro. Finally. This saga's been going on for way too long. But it's not just Arsenal and Chelsea making transfer news. Man City look like they're going to welcome back Ilkay Gundogan.
This is insane.
So, Prem
this
number
is
5?
actually insane. If
No,
this,
these are my favorite types of fucking transfers.
Prem
When
number
when
5?
Players like returning.
Go back.
when they and they still like.
yeah, they still look. Apparently, he had an incredible season with Barcelona.
Yeah.
like he had a 18
It's not hard
plus.
to do with this Barcelona team.
But yeah, so apparently he's also made a statement on the club. They don't like him. He doesn't like being there. They
They're
both
letting
want
him
to
go
leave.
for free because they want to free up his wages so they can afford to register Danny Olmo plus one more signing. I
So
don't
yeah,
know who that one more signing
To me,
is.
this seems like a win-win. Man City getting Gundogan back is huge. If they then
Bro,
buy
Gundogan-
another striker, or if they don't buy another striker,
Yeah.
just having Gundogan back, I think
Gundogan
sets them
playing
better than where
with
they were.
Rodri.
Yes, probably.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
Because he only left last season.
Yeah, he hasn't been gone for a long time.
Yo, bro.
I will say this, my favorite part about this, the whole saga, is that Barcelona apparently requested Rodri in exchange and Man City immediately rejected it and then proceeded to remind Barcelona that they still owe money on the Ferran Torres deal, and if they don't pay it up by the 31st of August, they could face legal action from Man City. So Barcelona, trying to be sly about some shit, just got themselves into some more hot water.
Barcelona's a terribly run club.
Terribly run club, bro.
Financially, structurally. Give me another one.
Football-wise.
Yeah, footballily.
Footballily, bro.
But yeah, they just, it seems like that club's just gone down the drain. I don't know how they still sign players
Yeah.
like Danny Olmo and
Yeah.
like Nico Williams, who apparently they still want to get. I don't know how they make these signings.
Football heritage.
Look, remember,
I
once
guess, but they have
they brought
no
in,
money. They are in debt.
Once they brought in Ronald
Football
Koeman as manager, they
heritage.
couldn't even register him as manager or his staff because they needed more money before that could happen. But he
Okay,
was
that's
already
it.
signed on.
Yeah.
I've never heard of another club having these issues.
No, Barcelona's a fucking.
But look, for Man City, Oscar Bob injured, Gundogan back in. I don't think you can do much better in terms of...
no, dude, even Alvarez out, Gundogan in. I'm like, sure, that's fine.
I suppose. Look, the only thing is obviously Gundogan's, I think, 32 now.
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's fine though.
but
He's got the
again, he's
legs,
still
so-
showing enough that he can still offer. And again, Pep is absolutely sanctioning this deal. I think Pep loved him. He didn't really want him to leave necessarily beforehand. But yeah, Gundogan back. Does this mean 5 prems for City in a row?
We'll get
We
into
saw what
that.
he did last season.
We'll
for him
get
towards
into
the
that.
end.
But now let's get into the games of the week.
No, it's the last thing on the transfers. United are closer to Manuel Ugarte so far.
Yeah, Ugarte,
Obviously, fingers crossed for your guys' sake. It looks like it's going to be a loan with a purchase option of some kind as things stand.
It's smart. I think we should have done the same thing. There were talks we were going to do the same thing with Tony. I would have liked a loan to buy Tony.
Yeah.
You know, if we don't sell McTominay, though, I do think it's a bit whack. I think we've got a lot of midfielders.
Yeah,
If you include in Eriksen and Mount and Casemiro, and there's quite a... I don't think adding another one in there is necessarily going to make or break us. But I'll always do with another player at United. I
like
think we should be looking
Ugarte,
at a fullback. I think we should sign a.
Well, Chilwell.
I think we should sign a fullback. I think we should sign a fullback and maybe another striker actually, if we were looking at options. Tony.
Well, I mean, Hoyland is injured still.
I know.
But yeah, look, let's get on to the game. Obviously, big day for Joshua Zirkzee.
No, he scored in his debut. You
Got
can't
a man of the
ask,
match.
You can't ask for a better debut than
Got
that.
man of the
You-
match,
You
bro.
come subbed in. You score the winning goal. And not just the winning goal, but a nice goal.
It was a nice
Did
goal.
you see how he touched that shit? I don't even know physically how he did it.
It
At
was a
fir-
nice goal, but
At
that was
first,
the
I thought
striker's
McTominay
instinct.
scored it. Yeah.
That was striker's instinct. But look, up until that goal, did you think it was going to come? How did you feel about the game?
I think United, fair enough, on paper, a 1-0 seems close.
Yeah.
But you look at the stats, I think United had more possession. I think we had like double as many passes. We had more pass accuracy.
Yeah.
We had more shots on goal. I think Onana had to make like, two
Yeah.
two actual saves.
I'm not going to lie. I thought Fulham were going to make something happen in the first half. They started the game very well.
And so did Emil Smith-Rowe.
Yeah, he did.
And I don't know if that correlates directly, but yeah, Smith-Rowe had a very good first half. So
It's a good team for him, bro. It's a good fit. It's
it
really
is
a good fit for him.
But he did kind of nothing in that second half, though.
Yeah, but again, this is his first time starting a game.
Yes.
In, I don't know how many games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And-
So I think the fact that he saw out that many minutes,
Is
didn't
a
get an
good
injury,
thing.
and at least impressed, because they're not going to play United at Old Trafford week after week.
No.
You would imagine that when he has another run out with Fulham, he's probably going to just keep
I
improving.
actually think that Fulham have like the next two games are pretty easy actually.
No?
But yeah, look, if you're gonna thought like fitness wise, I don't think United looked fit. Ten Hag made a statement that he wish United had more time off.
Yeah. None of the players, in all honesty, with all the teams, I think not one Premier League club looks 100%. Bro.
For sure, and which is why we like you can't really take anything from these first
Game's a write-off, bro.
Yeah, it's a write-off.
First game of the season's a write-off.
But no, look, United look good. Bruno probably could have scored a hat-trick, 3 or 4 chances he had. Obviously, Garnacho had that chance in the 90th minute at the end of the game.
Which he didn't. I don't understand how
where
he
he
missed
literally
that, bro.
had open goals and he missed the whole
And he'd
entire
gotten
goal.
an assist, so the confidence was there. You know,
No, the confidence
he
was,
set up
was
the goal.
definitely there. And I mean, shout out to Rashford. The one time he decides to pass and let someone else score a goal,
Yeah.
and they don't fucking score the
Yeah,
goal.
exactly, bro. Exactly.
But yeah, no, look, I think United played well to get that position. Obviously, for your first game of the season, players don't look fit. Xerxes is massive.
He's huge, bro.
I think they said he's like 6'4", and even just like
And his name is Xerxes.
Xerxes.
Joshua Zirkzee,
But
bro.
he's like a big boy. Like I don't think he's fit at all either, which is why we didn't see him play in the Community Shield
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all, and we only saw him sub into this, even though we didn't have a striker.
You're gonna have to ease him in.
But yeah, look, Mount. Mount was okay. He's at least he's young and he works hard. You see him in the press, but once he's got the ball, he kind of does nothing.
Yeah.
Looking back now, looking at Madison at Tottenham, I would have loved if we had taken Madison instead of Mason Mount.
Yeah,
Holy
I'm
shit.
pretty sure a lot of clubs would have loved that, bro. Not Arsenal. We obviously went with Odegaard over Madison.
Yeah, fair enough. That worked out well, didn't it?
That's fucking.
Yeah.
He's
that worked
probably
out.
he's probably the best midfielder in the
No,
I still say last
best
season.
attacking mid in the.
Who's better than
Who's
him?
better? Bruno?
No,
Are you gonna say a Liverpool man?
No, bro.
Szoboszlai?
KDB, innit?
No, not last season. Last season he was injured though. To be fair,
Yeah,
but
he was
but the
injured
thing
last
is,
season.
Odegaard consistently last season.
I would say Odegaard dribbles better.
I think Odegaard. Look, and again, he's way younger than
He is
KDB.
much
Yeah,
younger.
yeah.
way
but
younger.
I
The
wouldn't
fact
say
that he's literally.
he's definitely second.
Yeah, definitely for sure second.
If you're talking overall, but if you're
yeah.
talking about present time, because even
I'm
in
saying
this
he
Man
might,
City
I'm
game,
saying he
Yeah,
might
yeah.
be better than KDB.
yeah, he is
At
at
the moment,
present.
okay,
At present, he
okay.
is better than KDB.
Yeah,
but
okay.
that's no slight on KDB. KDB is 34
No,
now.
it's
Like
no slight. And,
yo.
and speaking of no slight though, Maguire looked pretty good in this game. There were a couple times
did.
where Maguire had to save United.
Yeah.
I
again showing his worth, bro.
No, he's showing his worth, and again, this is why I say United have the best defense in the league. You look at the depth. Maguire has to step in, and what he kills it. You look at the depth. We've got 2 injured left
Are
backs.
we talking about overall currently or?
Overall, depth. All I'm saying is it's going to be very different when Maguire is coming in cold. You know what I mean?
No,
to
look,
save the day. When he's coming in without
For
a run
sure,
of
but
games under his
we
belt.
we saw De Ligt get subbed in, and he looked okay. De Ligt
Yeah.
looked good.
Mazraoui, I will say, was impressive.
Mazraoui was incredible.
was very impressive.
I know, like Xerxes scored the goal, but Mazraoui to me was much more impressive than Xerxes.
Yeah,
And
Xerxes
also,
got man of the match, but I would have given it to Mazraoui.
Dude, the thing is, Mazraoui did get subbed out. I don't think physically he was at 100% either.
Yeah.
I mean, to not play full 90 minutes. But honestly, no, if we can keep Mazraoui fit, god damn, that is a
Yeah,
good,
you got a solid right back
so
there,
much
bro.
better than Wan-Bissaka. He
Yeah.
can actually go forward. He can
And
actually,
back.
dude. But yeah, defensively, United looked honestly top class. Martinez When we have him, he's good. He's got the personality. He was going up against Traore.
Hey,
He sent
bullied
him back to the gym.
Send him to the gym.
But and then also I got to touch on I think De Ligt and Johnny Evans came in as subs. United basically subbed their whole backline at one point. Yeah, Johnny Evans did a job. I think Onana made like one big save, maybe two big saves. But yeah, I think United, even though the score was close, United was the much better team.
Job well done, but I mean 1-0, and Xerxes also barely been on the pitch before he got his goal, bro.
You can't
love
ask
to
for
see that
anything
happen.
better. Yeah.
So 1-0 to United against Fulham. Obviously after
And
that,
Casemiro, good.
good game.
Casemiro, good.
Does he look fit?
He was good on the set pieces. Eh?
He was good on the set pieces too, and he was also pretty good in the Community Shield, if you'll remember.
Fair enough.
So Casemiro might be on the comeback.
This is a bit of a
here.
resurgence.
A player who you don't think so?
I think
it's-
so.
it's
I
tough.
think so.
I wouldn't look.
I didn't
This,
predict
this
it.
happened. Didn't this happen last time?
No,
He had a
with
crazy-
last season he had a.
Then it
But
was
last
the
season he
season
was
before.
also.
Then he was like,
Yes,
fucking
Yeah.
his first season he was really good. Second season dog shit. This is the third season.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is. But he
Again,
was
I
so
think
bad
a lot of
last
the
season.
criticism on Casemiro is just because of the fact that he is Casemiro
Yes.
and he's on the wages that he's on. And
No.
again, I think Man United is the most stressful club to play for. The expectations at
Yeah,
that club
yeah,
will
for
forever
sure.
be
I-
unrealistic,
I just
bro.
think he gets to a point where he just looks tired, bro.
Yeah, and he's
also 33?
Yeah,
So,
he's
yeah,
33.
so
yeah.
I'm saying first game of the season he's gonna look aight, and then
Nah, you
But
look
you
like
think
he's
it's
back
an-
with a
it's-
just
vengeance,
take it with
bro.
a pinch of
I think
salt.
he's the type of player that puts a lot on himself.
Hopefully,
and
I
he
mean,
wants to
he's-
make up for last season.
He's
bro.
achieved everything he can in soccer. I would think he's at the elite level. But I think also having Martinez there helps.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, last
Yeah,
season Martinez was
definitely.
injured.
yeah.
Casemiro was playing centre back.
That's exactly Casemiro was
And
playing,
not
was playing
playing
centre back. I think having the actual good defenders there will help him now. He won't
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah,
as
prob-
much.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
also,
it makes a lot of sense.
every fucking game, Colby Mainu comes into his own.
Yeah.
So having Colby Mainu with him, he's probably got less and less he has to do each game.
Exactly, he can
got better
focus on
players
what he can
around him.
He's
focus
got a
on
pl-
his
Yeah,
actual
fair enough.
like the
I mean,
attributes that make him
you
stand
look,
out.
You look at last season with Martinez injured, Varane injured as well most of the season. Last season, most of the time, it's been Casemiro and fucking Lindelof and Maguire.
Yeah, which was never a match made in heaven on paper.
I'm
bro.
sorry, but the gap between center defensive mid and the defense is so large because Maguire and Lindelof are never going to play eye line.
Yeah,
Never
yeah, yeah.
ever. Whereas Martinez, he is going to do that.
Yeah.
He's very attacking. So yeah, I think United look good though.
Nah,
Genuinely,
solid
I think
game,
United
solid
look
game.
good.
Look, let's take it over to Liverpool. Liverpool obviously facing Ipswich on their return to the Premier League. It was an away game for Liverpool, but you guys eventually came out with a 2-0 win. How'd you feel about the win, bro? Obviously, Arnie Slot's first game,
It was
first
a reality check,
official
bro,
look.
That first off.
Like this is the first time I remember sitting there thinking, okay, alright,
This is different.
this is Liverpool without
This is
Klopp.
different, yeah.
Okay, here we go. I mean, I watched highlights of preseason shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, but now watching that, I'm checking. Okay, reality check in terms of it's not going to be the same, but they are. You can see structure. The thing that put me at ease was there was identity from. Okay, so at least we're not like trying to find ourselves.
We're not lost.
Yeah, there was like continuity.
This
They
isn't
knew-
United under
It was
10
there was
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was there wasn't
You're
like,
not finding your feet
yeah,
completely.
there was a lot of ideas that kind of came off, but it wasn't. I'm not gonna say.
Were you
I guess
expecting that though? You were expecting it to look similar.
I didn't know what to
Is
expect,
it?
to be brutally honest. I was complete. It could have because it honestly. Okay,
It's also first game of the season.
but like we've seen so many different examples of this kind of thing happen that it could go any
Yeah.
sort of way. So like.
But Klopp is so smart. He
Yeah,
left.
yeah,
He left
yeah,
such
yeah,
a good, well, like
Yeah.
organized.
So and the
was a
club
si-
is run
look,
well.
There is a silent confidence, like,
Yes.
this is probably going to be, and I think that's probably what got us to that performance in the second half, was
yeah.
that fact that we all had, as a fan, like I say, I'm recognizing this, the players were probably going through that, the same thing. Okay, first competitive game, let's just find the,
Yeah.
Yes, just find a rhythm.
get,
Newly promoted teams,
yeah,
kind
and
of
then,
tricky.
and then second half, I don't want to say that, because Klopp also used to do it
Yeah.
in the last season,
Yeah.
you would say something to him, but I don't know,
The
obviously.
team talk was vital.
Yeah, and Slot got them performing like because the perform. I mean, yeah, 2 goals in 6 minutes is a thing, but like the overall performance was just so much better.
Yeah.
No, it was. And
They looked like, and they just looked good.
What did you think of that Kwanzaa sub at halftime?
I know what you thought about
Wow.
it.
He's in my fantasy team. But Arnie Slot, like Arnie, did you see? He was pissed off. Kwanzaa was pissed off when he got subbed.
I don't
No.
know.
And look, and I can't blame him. Getting subbed at halftime is never fun. Like that's never like you never look cool when you get subbed at halftime.
It
But
doesn't-
Arnie
it's
Slot,
not a good look.
It's
I
definitely
get
not a
that,
good look.
But in
Arnie
one-
Slot basically said it was like a physicality thing. He wasn't winning enough duels and
Well,
shit.
he wasn't wrong. You know,
As I said, it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Kanate comes on. Liverpool immediately
He
look
looked
better in the
different.
second
Yeah,
half.
yeah.
So maybe this Arnie Slot dude is maybe he's the one playing 5D chess. You know what I mean? Like you don't.
I think he's just being a manager. That's
Yeah.
just all. But a good
Bro,
manager
I'm
knows how
sorry.
to make the right tactical
but
substitution.
it's 0-0. Liverpool don't look terrible. You're not thinking, let me sub my.
Remember, it's
centre-back."
fine margins, bro. If you're a manager who can
I
notice
think what
these
Ethan,
things,
but I think what Ethan's saying, it's like he made the call very early.
Very early.
normally,
Yeah.
like 65 minutes.
you don't
ago.
often see a halftime
Yeah.
sub. But
And-
I think considering Kwanzaa, look, I don't think he has the most experience in the Prem.
But-
I think
but-
Kanate is much more
But
experienced. And
He's
if,
good.
and if,
Exactly.
No,
spot.
you can say-
and he went to
More than
England.
enough.
didn't he?
you can
Yeah.
absolutely say, yeah, he's got enough. But I'm just saying in the sense of he is young. And if you are seeing that you're losing the edge in the aerial duels and you've
Yeah.
got a player on your bench who you know can do
Yeah,
well in
yeah.
aerial
No,
duels,
I'm what I'm saying.
I
is
think it's like it's self-explanatory. The sub makes itself. Do you know what I mean?
I'm saying like that's a good sign.
Not always.
yeah,
though.
it's a good sign. It's
I'm saying
definitely
like that's a
sign.
good sign. Like
Yeah.
Arnie's like that's a sign of
I
a
like
good
a
manager.
proactive manager,
Exactly
bro.
to make that change, even though it's still 0-0, you're not being dominated at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But to be like, I see a weakness there. Let me switch that out, and immediately
There were
like
a lot
you
of
see
positives. Obviously,
a lot of positives.
like,
Yeah,
the consistent positive Mo Salah.
bro.
1 goal, 1 assist.
And what he's got the most.
9.
He's got the most opening
9.
game goals for
That's 9
Liverpool. Yeah,
goals, bro.
dude, fuck me. No, he's a
That's
beast.
insane.
That is hectic. That is hectic.
I do like the way that I mean, we saw those crosses by Trent. Trent is still insanely good.
Yeah,
even,
bruh.
even when he's not under Klopp, he's still good.
You know what I like though, the when we were like under pressure, him getting back. Normally he does get back, but he doesn't affect the play.
Yeah,
Whereas this time, I'm not saying he makes the tackle. He does not really. He doesn't make the last ditch tackle.
But he's there.
But he gets back. But when in previous seasons you get back, but he never. Whereas in this game, I counted at least I think twice. He got back, didn't make the tackle, but he didn't dive in and fucking give a foul away or anything, and it disrupted the play enough.
to make a difference.
Yeah. Which I was like, okay, sick.
Okay,
Trent looks defensively looks a little bit better.
A little bit more sound.
It's nice to see that he's not clocked out. Obviously, the talk is this
He's
is his
such a
last season.
scapegoat, bro.
I still think
I'm
it's his
literally
last season, I
scapegoating
can't
him now,
lie.
talking about him defensively, but I'm trying to.
Do you
give
think
him a
this is his
positive
last
criticism.
season, Sponsy?
Nah, definitely not.
Not at all.
Definitely not. Even with Madrid knocking.
At Liverpool.
At
Oh,
Liverpool.
no. I don't know. I don't think so. I think this whole new era thing.
Yeah. You think
It's
it works out?
exciting enough for him to
Yeah.
want to stick it out.
Yeah.
I mean, let us know if you guys think
Yeah,
Trent's
let
going to
us
stick it
know.
out. I don't think Trent's going to stick it out. I can't lie. But yeah, again, it's only the first season.
I don't think
Come
now.
Christmas time, maybe he's absolutely a believer in
I
slot.
don't think in this window.
No,
Definitely
not in Jan. I'm just saying, I think this season.
Oh, the
This season
season.
is
Just
yeah.
because Madrid
But
is
it,
interested.
but it
bro.
depends on how the season goes. If
You think it
if
really
we,
depends?
like-
I think even if Liverpool have an especially successful season, all the more reason for him to jump ship to Madrid. Just because of the fact that you've
I don't
literally
think with that
done,
to-
you've done everything that
yes,
you can
but I
at
don't
this
think
club,
that's
bro.
exactly yes. But I don't.
And you
think,
got your homie Jude on the phone with you telling you,
but we're
bruh,
not that sort of club.
we got
anymore.
Mbappe.
we got Brabaps. But yeah, was there anything else that stood out to you in this game, Swansea? Like, was there anyone that you were like, damn, this dude looks good?
Sabazlai for me.
Nah, it's.
I've said
Szoboszlai?
Sabazlai is going to have a good season this season, bro.
That's how he started last season.
That
to
is
be
how we
honest.
started last
But
season.
again, last
You-
season was his
you're
first
totally right.
season.
The person who stood out for me, in honesty, and it's not really stood out. Well, I shouldn't say.
Jota.
I shouldn't say standing up because he's actually done it now 9 years. But was Mo Salah?
Is it Sizzler?
I don't know. Last season he just didn't look
The same
on
Mo
it, but
Salah.
he still got numbers.
He was still pushing for the golden boot.
Whereas
He did
this
still
time
get
again,
numbers.
he's not 2017, 2018
Yeah.
Mo Salah, but it looks like he could kind of have a good. Like,
Last season he was
Yeah.
under the radar. This
Yeah.
season he looks like he's a lot
he looked
more.
ready. He looked ready, and that was a very reassuring sign.
I mean, the dude got a goal and assist in his
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
the
yeah.
first game of the season. You
yeah.
can't ask for more than
There
that.
were a lot of those this opening weekend. Players getting goals and assists, bro.
and then Jota just
doing
dude,
Jota
just
things, bro.
sneakily
Jota is
just
so
Doing
good.
Jota
sneakily
things.
just doing Jota things.
And-
It's like I don't want to give him the credit because that's
Bro.
just how it is. You
I've
don't
been
give
saying
him
he's
much
too
credit.
good to not start, but
Yeah.
obviously Liverpool are so stacked
Nah,
with
he's gonna
attacking
start
options,
now.
bro.
He has to
Especially
start.
over
Gak-
Luis Diaz.
But with the whole Dutch,
Oh yeah, the Dutch. Yeah,
Connection
because
with
even
Gakpo.
Gravenberch, eh?
Yeah, if he
Gravenberch looked
comes
good.
in,
yes, I'm quite excited to see how Nunez comes because we obviously know chaos.
yeah.
Absolute
And it's
chaos.
let's be real, it's 90% of the time, or okay, I'm just not 80% of the time, it's been positive chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that.
It's not Nico Jackson. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's better than Nico Jackson. I'll say
it's,
that.
It's he doesn't look like a
But the
headless
goals
chicken.
and assists count does
Yeah.
not say the same.
Doesn't necessarily look like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
He's not. He's chaotic himself, but it's more he creates chaos within the players around him on the opposition side.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is sometimes a good thing.
So-
He
yeah.
offers he opens up space with his chaos.
I'm interested to see how Slot utilizes him in
Okay.
Marseille because we look very. We look that you think the thing you asked me what stood out to me was Mo Salah, but the structure we look so structured.
Yeah.
Whereas with Klopp we were a bit more freedom.
Yes,
more
energy. Yeah.
I mean there was energy.
Heavy
yeah.
metal football, bruh.
Yeah, it's
but
heavy metal
I don't
football,
wanna. I don't wanna do the cliche term, but I just think we looked more. Yeah, staying. Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. It's
Yeah,
nice. To,
it
it's a
was nice.
it's a
We didn't
it's
look
at
as
least
free flowing, but not in a negative
it's
way.
at
you
least
know
a
what I mean?
change that you can
Yeah,
have faith in.
yeah.
Like especially if it's the first game, you can build on that. You know what I
Like
mean?
the players looked like when they made runs, they knew it was all timed. Everything
Yeah,
looked.
yeah.
I don't recall us getting a lot of offsides, which we got quite a bunch.
Yeah.
I remember. We
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
a
That was
lot of
Nunes'
offsides.
That was
specialty,
Nunes,
bro.
Yeah.
Nunes' specialty.
Fuck, bro. I don't.
I will say I'm not fully convinced with Diaz yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If-
you
if
know,
it- if it
I
were
still
up to
like
me,
him. I
I-
still like him as a player.
Because also he's like 27, eh?
Yeah, he is.
Like I thought he was like 24.
Nah.
I thought he was a young dude.
yeah, I think when they bought him from Porto, he was 26 already.
Looking at him now, I think that the quality that's at that
Look,
Liverpool
he's
team,
not
he-
a Mane.
look, he's definitely not a Mane.
But
He's got it all to play.
I think. Look again.
I would rather see Nunes because Nunes can also play on the wing. I would rather see Nunes or Jota on the wing than him.
I'd rather see Jota.
No,
I will say that. I'd
definitely
rather
not.
see
Jota
Jota.
up the middle. Nah.
You want
I know,
Jo- you
but
want
I
Jota
think
down
I
the
think
middle?
I
He can
think
do a
I
job.
think Jota
He can
does
do
a
a
job
job.
on the
No,
wing,
look,
bro.
Nunes is the same.
stack,
Nunes can
Yeah.
do
That's
both.
a great
Yeah, I know.
conversation.
Literally.
But yeah, I don't
Even
know.
Gakpo can do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather see either one of those two than Diaz at this point. Like I'm sorry, but he's not
I
convinced
still
me.
like Diaz. That's my guy. I back
He's
him
not con-
more
he's
than I
not
back
convinced me,
Nunes.
bro.
But
If-
going into this season, I think
I hear you, and I do feel you. But for the start of the game, I completely understand why I went with Diaz.
yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course. Of
Yeah.
And I think I would have also have gone
With Diaz, yeah.
But look, let us know
Yeah.
what you guys made of Liverpool's performances there. Moving on to the Arsenal 2-0 win over Wolves.
This was a clear-cut game.
Bukayo Saka,
Saka
star
FC,
boy.
bro.
Do you know what I will say? Honestly, as happy as I was with Saka's performance and Havertz, both of them got a goal and
I'm
assist.
happy for you, man.
David Raya
Yeah,
finally showcasing.
He made a couple big saves, yeah.
huge save in the first
Yeah.
half, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, I think this.
Premier League proven.
Premier
bro.
League proven
Well, he
David
won the
Raya.
Golden Glove last season, bruv.
Even though he's still not
Nah, but
like...
he's like,
but
he's,
he-
like
he-
if he's not in the same conversation,
No,
he's
he's-
definitely knocking on the door
Yeah.
with Alisson and
Look,
and,
he-
and-
Well,
and-
I still think
and-
Alisson and Edison are
and
still
Edison. No,
miles
that's why I say
ahead.
he's knocking on the door.
It is,
Yeah.
it is
'Cause-
very
'cause
weird that he got the Golden Glove and stuff, but people don't put him in that
To
conversation.
his
He isn't
detriment,
on that
he
list.
doesn't have a lot of shots that he faces because of our defense.
Yeah,
so
Arsenal's
I
defense
think
is
he
so good,
needed
yeah.
a game like this where he can actually show that when it comes down to it, because look, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be first to admit it. I don't have the most faith in him.
On a
I
one-on-one.
yeah, you know why? Like because, but I haven't gotten
Like
that
when
many
you see a
opportunities
one-on-one
to
with
see him.
Edison and Alisson, you like
You betting
you're
on the
backing-
goalkeeper,
you're
bro.
backing the goalkeeper,
You
which is
betting on
weird.
the
You
keeper,
don't
yeah.
actually that you don't
No,
normally
betting
do
on
that.
the keeper, but with David Raya, I've seen Ramsdale do more, and that's why I'd always been, for the most part of last season, I was on the Ramsdale bandwagon, just because of the fact that I've
you've
seen
seen more,
Ramsdale
yeah.
keep us in the game.
Yeah.
I've seen Ramsdale win us a game with the save. You know
My
what I mean?
only thing is, I don't think Raya is necessarily the most physical goalkeeper.
No, he's not. He's smaller than Ramsdale,
Yeah, I
for
think
sure.
exactly. I would say, yeah, he's even less physical than Ramsdale. Obviously, Alisson and Edison are
Yep.
in a fucking... Even Martinez at Aston Villa, he's a
Yeah,
big
Martinez
boy.
is huge.
Even Pope at Newcastle, like I just don't think physically he's at that level.
Yeah, and that's why I think
He's
he
more on
needed
the-
a game
he's
like
more
this.
on the
He's agile, bro.
He's agile,
He's
yeah,
agile.
and he's smart. Yeah, exactly.
He's agile. So I think he needed a game like this, but no, player of the match, my player of the week, Bukayo Saka, bro. The finish on his goal was a stunner.
Yeah,
and his
no.
assist for Havertz
I mean,
was
I know
picture perfect,
Saka
bro.
arrived, but like I feel like he's
here.
he's like the front cover of
Of FIFA.
FC.
Bro,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you're seeing all the people
Yeah,
doing
he's
the,
on that buzz now.
they're
Yeah,
sharing
I
the,
think he officially is.
they're
Yeah.
sharing the stats now of his goals and assists tally by the age of 23 versus Ronaldo. He's got more. So
Yeah,
everyone
he's-
is saying we could be seeing the second coming
No,
of another generational talent in the
yeah,
league, bro.
I'm saying it.
It's-
No,
it's
Bukayo
there,
Saka
bro.
is, and you see his new celebration,
It's so
bro. Like
gas.
it's just what he does, bro.
It
It's
is
what he does.
It is impossible to argue Saka at this point.
No,
in
I
time.
think he's a
so
phenomenal
likable
talent,
also.
bro.
he's very likable.
And again, everyone's still gonna constantly come back to. I think it was Rio Ferdinand who said that he doesn't see him as a world-class player,
No, man. Rio
but he
Ferdinand
saw
said
Phil
that.
Foden as well. And every time Saka performs now, Ferdinand's gonna get bombarded with comments
And
until he
rightfully
says it.
so, rightfully
until
so.
he says on air that Bukayo Saka is world-class, bro. Because I
Not
think
to take anything from Foden, but like away.
I think we should take some stuff from Foden.
Foden is a system player.
Yeah,
What we saw with England, he's a
yeah.
system player. Saka performs for club and country, bro. But look, this game was what's a Saka?
No, I'm not. the system works for him at England, so you can't.
Okay, fair
If the
enough.
system-
Well, I know, but that system's so
Both-
different to Arsenal's
But
system.
But it's still a system,
works for
yeah.
him. If you-
I mean,
there
say
could
what
be a-
you will. I'm just saying, Saka can play Arteta ball and he can play Southgate ball.
Yes, he can.
You won England Player of the Year 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying
No,
if
it's-
Foden could play Pep ball, I'm not saying he can just play Pep ball.
Yeah.
He can maybe play
There is
another
something else
system,
that he
but he
could
can't
somewhere.
play Southgate
You
ball.
can't play Southgate
Yeah,
ball,
yeah,
bruh.
yeah.
But now, Bukayo Saka absolutely doing the business. Look,
Havertz
first,
doing the business
We
too.
obviously didn't. It wasn't the most comfortable throughout the game, but I think it was a decent enough performance for
Your
the
quality
opening game, bro.
fucking came
Yeah,
through.
also
Yeah.
like-
Look, there
like-
were some sloppy passes from Saliba, from Gabriel,
But the
from
goals,
Timber,
the
from
quality
Partey.
of the goals, bro.
The quality of the goals is great, but that's what I'm saying. You can see that this is first game rust.
But also,
the-
like, Wolves without Neto don't look threatening, like, really at all.
Well, you want to talk threatening? That player that fucking choked Havertz, bro. I don't understand how this man
Bro,
didn't
he
get a yellow or a red.
Logan, he was falling over,
Oh,
supporting his
my
weight.
days.
You were just trying to stay up. He
It's
didn't
on.
know-
It's
trying to support
honestly.
his weight.
No, you know what? I just want to say.
Unfortunately, when
I-
you put these weight,
I just want to say I'm very
it
glad
went
these
onto,
comments.
who's it, Havertz's name?
Havertz, yeah. And then he held it there. But I'm
'Cause
glad
he was
these comments.
stabling-
Because he's
Stabling
stabling
I'm
himself.
glad these
You
comments
see
are
how-
being
you see
made.
how when he realized that he's on his neck, he goes like,
Look,
oh,
I'm
he-
glad these comments are being made because when it happens to y'all's players and y'all complain, just remember
No, look,
that we are all in agreement that it was clean.
We
so
ma-
it
we
was clean.
I'm not saying it was clean.
We
I'm
mentioned-
saying that
That
he
was
supporting
absolutely at the
his-
very least it was a yellow, bro.
No, it is
At
definitely
the
a yellow.
very least
We
it was a
mentioned
yellow.
we mentioned at the start. The refs are at their same old shit. Like this
Bro.
is the exact same dumb refereeing that we saw last season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I
New
I
league.
thought things would change, but we've seen like bad calls for each day that the Premier League has been
Fabian
on.
Shaw got a red card that
Fabian-
I don't think was. I mean, obviously you go head to head with the player, you're gonna get a red.
But I'm sorry, if you're touching heads in an argument,
And you saw that dude was absolutely pulling off theatrics, bro.
not
The
not
O
to,
that
not
went
to
down.
mention Matty Cash giving away
And what are they
a
gonna
penalty
say? But
against
the letter of
West
the
Ham.
law, it's a head and it's contact.
I
so
guess-
that's a red card.
I
That's what
don't
they're
know,
probably
bro.
going to say.
But
Don't
look, the like this is literally the exactly the same thing we saw last season. I was
Yeah.
hoping by now things would be different, but this call specifically, this whole Havertz being choked thing was so blatant.
It was
How-
absolutely
How
blatant.
the fuck did no one go? How did no one go back and,
And
be like?
VAR is there. They said that VAR checked it. They did make a point to ref to
Dude,
mention that VAR checked
Nah,
it. They
but
just
nah.
saw
I'm
nothing
sorry,
in
bro,
it,
but that may be the worst call we've ever seen.
And then later on
Like
with his hand
insulting-
on Jesus'
When he
ass,
touches
bro, what
Jesus'
the?
ass.
And then Jesus gets the yellow
Why
because
did he
he
get
pushed.
sexually harassed?
Jesus is bending down and you saw the player walking past and he stops and he goes, oh, and then he just grapes Jesus on the ass, bruh. And then Jesus gets up and pushes him away and then Jesus gets the yellow and
Same
he's like,
player.
what the? Same player.
Gran him. No, he's
I hope you grant him when he plays against Liverpool
Yeah,
because
yeah,
apparently this man's getting away with a lot, bro. But
No,
then
look,
again,
that-
I'm not surprised because I mean last season you saw Bruno Guimaraes with the most blatant elbow to Jorginho's head and he got nothing
Yes.
for it.
No, look,
No, but there was
the
a
Premier League
gender
refereeing is the
against
worst.
Arsenal.
The Premier
Oh
League
my gosh,
refereeing is the worst ever.
But look, I'll take it. 2-0 win against Wolves. Good clean sheet. I did predict a clean sheet on the opening day
No,
for us.
It's mad actually because like on the VAR situation,
Yeah.
all the fucking teams voted to keep it.
yes, they all, except for Wolves.
Nah, it was just
The
Wolves.
Wolves
Yeah, was
were
it
the
just
only
Wolves?
ones.
Yeah.
They were the ones that called for the vote as well. But nah,
So
dude, it
the-
was.
the
I'll take the
clubs
win.
aren't your
I'll take the win.
friends.
They're not your friends.
And yeah, look, that does it for our teams at least from the opening weekend.
Let's just touch on Man City Chelsea.
Yeah, Man City Chelsea
Big game.
was there was a lot on it, and Marco Correa he set himself up for disaster.
Yeah, we saw obviously Haaland cookerayed him.
Yep.
Sent him packing, scored a goal on his ass.
Did you see the Kukurea song that he sang for Haaland?
No.
Haaland said in his interview that Kukurea is a funny guy. Last season he asked for his t-shirt and this season he's singing songs about him because Kukurea after Spain won the Euros made a song saying, Erling Haaland, watch out because Kukurea is coming. And of course that's the player that Haaland bodies off the ball
Now look,
to get the goal.
it's tough. Cucurella had a very good Euros.
And I said he's going to be shit when he comes back to Chelsea.
But yeah, apparently in this Chelsea
There's a lot
team,
of there's obviously I don't know if this is the right term, but there's a lot more individualism in
yes,
like
in Chelsea.
league.
Yeah.
just
Oh, in league. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Basically, you can get found out.
For sure.
Well, that's why I said I never judge a
And
player
it's-
on an
and it's-
international tournament.
And I know
bro.
it's the general quality of, but at the level of like finals and semi-finals. of
Never
Euros,
judge a
the
player on an
quality is
international
quite-
tournament.
is
Hey,
quite
you
high.
guys signed Calafiri.
No, but that was because of his Bologna form.
Yeah,
I know.
And I'm just saying,
I'm
look,
just,
if-
I
cauliflower.
never.
What
if,
had him
if,
on
we,
cauliflower.
if we're still
cauliflower,
going
never
off
had
of
him.
international form, then James Rodriguez should be at any top 6 club in the
Yo,
world.
he's back
bro.
in Colombia.
I think he should be.
Did you
I
see how
think
he
should
did,
be.
bro?
Yeah.
But yes, back to the Chelsea game. Obviously, new Chelsea, new coach.
Jesus. Same shambles.
Same old, yeah, same old
shambles,
issues.
bro.
No, look, I actually don't think Chelsea were terrible. They were.
No, they weren't terrible.
It was
but
close on possession. Obviously, Man City are just the best team in the league, and unfortunately, they still are the best team in the
But
league.
that being said, people will still roast Arsenal for not beating them this season if that happens.
We're not
Why
there
do you
yet.
have
You
this
can't,
victim
you can't,
mentality
yeah,
all
you
the
can't
time,
come up
bro?
with
It's not
excuses
victim.
before it's
It's not
happened.
victim mentality. I'm not. I
You're
don't
not,
think it's victim mentality.
you're not that
I'm-
anymore.
I'm
You're not
ju- I'm-
Arsene
I'm-
Wenger, Arsenal.
I'm getting
Come on.
I'm getting ahead of the curve. You
No,
know what I mean?
there
Because
is-
last season again, everyone will say Man City was the best team in the league, but then Arsenal loses, and then all of a sudden Arsenal bottled
No,
it.
'Cause it's funny.
people only talk about that Fulham loss. They
Yeah,
don't. They don't
the
talk.
Bills of. Oh, I remember that.
They-
Which is last season.
Yeah.
No, last season we lost to Villa also
the,
twice.
the
Okay.
bottle term really,
Yeah.
that was a
We lost to
gaslight for
Villa
them.
twice, bro.
But no, look, City do look good. Obviously, we saw the new signing Savinho. I like him. He looked
Yep.
good, eh? Savinho looked good. He offers something.
Everybody
he's-
looks good at City, bro.
I know everybody does look good at City.
But
Look, we'll
not
see how
as
long
good
it
as
is.
Erling Haaland though, because I was going to say Erling Haaland now 91 goals and 15 assists in 100 games for City. What a record!
He is inevitable.
What a
Man City
record.
is inevitable. Erling Haaland is inevitable.
Yep.
And
Chelsea's downfall's inevitable. Bro.
I don't look. I'm still giving them some. The first game means nothing. They played
Yeah,
Man
it
City. I
does.
don't think they look terrible. I don't know what they're gonna do with their players. They've got so many players now. Obviously, this game happened before João Felix was in. We saw Pedro Neto
Far too
come
many
on.
players.
Pedro Neto actually looked
What?
pretty
Is
decent.
Lavia
Yeah.
still there?
Lavia looks honestly Chelsea's best player, which is saying a lot because
Actually, I don't care, actually
he
don't
played
care.
at.
He's in with the
Spons-
shout for breakout player of the
Spons,
season.
you,
Nah,
Spons,
nah,
you're gonna
nah,
want to
nah.
hear this.
Nah.
You're gonna want Lavia.
Why? Nah.
Great player.
Romeo.
Overrated.
You can be over Caicedo though, because we saw Kovacic, the player they sold, go
Get a
past
goal.
Enzo and fucking
And
Caicedo.
he bangs in
Enzo,
the I mean, I guess not the winner because at 1-0 they would have done it, but he
He bangs in
banged
the goal.
that second
No,
goal,
look,
bro.
looking at that, especially considering Chelsea sold Kovacic for what, 20, 30 mil?
Yeah.
They bought Caicedo for
Look,
115.
even Havertz, remember last season Havertz got a double against them in our 5-0 thumping
Yeah,
on them. So
no,
Chelsea and their ex-players in the league,
It's,
bro.
it's kind of insane, but Chelsea were also they're putting Enzo as the 10 now. I don't necessarily like Enzo as a 10.
No,
I don't like him as the
deeper. He should-
captain.
he
I don't
should
think
sit
the
deeper,
team
bro.
likes him.
Yeah, he's captain, bro. What a way to reward racismo.
No, look,
Do you
he's
think his iPad is?
he's
Yes, doesn't have a cover on his one.
What's this?
On Enzo Fernando's.
What
What the
explain the joke. Explain the joke. Spons.
this dark mode, bro. And it's
There, Sonsi, that's a thinker. I like it. I like it.
That's 5D chess, bro.
That is 5D
5D.
chess. But no, look, obviously, yeah, with what's happening with Enzo right now, maybe now's not the time to make him captain.
No.
That seems very tone
Then
deaf.
again, look, remember,
Honestly,
everyone
is-
keeps
if-
saying
are
that
they
Reece
just-
James led the charge to get him to A, be forgiven, and also he apparently absolutely supports the decision to...
James. Okay.
Reece James, bro.
Squad player,
Say it,
yeah?
Swansea.
Reece-
Say it.
well, he's, again, only because of his injuries.
Yeah, no, but
bro.
I'm saying how
I think he was, but he's captain.
he's the
He's
captain,
the
yeah.
captain.
He's the captain.
Yeah.
He is the captain, but he apparently absolutely gave his support of Enzo taking the armband.
Look, it's just very tone deaf in modern
It is,
modern
bro.
football.
There's a
like-
lot of what Chelsea are doing that's tone deaf right now, in all honesty.
No,
but,
that is 100% true. But yeah, look, we saw Pedro Neto come on for a little bit. He actually looked pretty good as well.
He's a hell of a player, bro.
They've just signed João Felix in now. Do you think Cole Palmer's going to get as much time as last season? Or do you think he's going to do as well?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't think he'll do as well. I genuinely, because remember last season to take away his penalties, what did he do?
Okay.
But
he-
no,
but
but
look,
you have to score the penalties by all means. I understand.
That's so like 2000.
No, I'm just saying you.
This is
it's-
Penaldo.
You absolutely do have to score the penalty, and he looked good for England. He looked good for England in the Euro.
Yeah,
Tap-in merchant. He looked good for England
but
in the Euros.
what's to think he won't get as many penalties this season? He's still
Bro,
going to
if
take the
my
penalties.
player
He'll
gets
take
a-
the penalties, but I just think that if players are smarter, they're not going to give as many pennies away.
Yeah.
In general.
Okay,
That's it.
okay.
That's it. Last season there were so many penalties in the league.
Yeah,
bro.
there were a lot.
I don't think that's going to happen again this season.
I
But it's all the
personally,
bad calls, isn't it? And
Yeah,
the bad calls
yeah,
are going
no,
to continue.
fair
innit? From
enough,
what we
fair
saw.
enough.
there might be more.
I could be
Yeah.
wrong. I could be wrong.
I personally think he not only is going to do worse, I think he's going to play less.
I don't think he'll play.
Nah, I don't think he'll play
if
less.
he plays less, he's gonna make noise.
But
bro.
let's look
And
at
Chelsea fans will
let's,
make noise.
let's look at Chelsea's front three right now. Nkunku's back from injury. They're gonna want to play him.
Yeah.
Enzo is the cam. He's also the captain. They're gonna want to play him.
Maybe they work Palmer into like a false 9 role or something.
But that's where Enzo is right now.
But that's what I'm saying. I think Enzo's position is gonna change. He's
You
not
think
gonna
so?
stay.
You don't
there.
think that? I think
That's not
Cam
where
is
he's
the
most
new.
effective, bro.
Yeah, but I'm sure either he said he wants to do it or Maresca has told him he wants him
this
to
is
do
the problem
this.
Chelsea have set themselves up for. Like
They have
you
options.
have too
They have
many
options.
players.
But I'm
bro.
just saying because, and then also not to mention João Felix and Pedro Neto just being signed, who play in the exact same position that Kiki Palmer plays in. I think by default we will see less time for Palmer.
I think maybe look, he'll start all the time, but you may see him come off earlier. I don't think
Exactly,
you can
yeah.
justify not starting.
No,
Palmer.
you can't. After
Pedro
last
Neto
season,
should
you
not
can't.
start week in week out just because of his injuries.
But he's a new signing.
Just
You're not
because
gonna
of his
want-
injuries, bro.
You're allowed to sign squad players also.
Just because of his
Okay, fair
injuries.
enough,
But
but-
at least for this first season, you can't start him
And
week in
João
week
Felix.
out, bro. Again,
not
considering
saying
the
he's a
wages
squad
that
player, but I'm
Felix is
just
probably
saying-
joining on, bro.
Yeah,
João Felix
João
is gonna
Felix,
have to start.
He's going
bro.
to play.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna have to start.
So look, I'm not saying it's going to be much.
Caicedo has to start. They spent what,
Exactly.
115
in
million?
Enzo Fernandez.
Has
He's,
to
he's the
start.
captain and he has to start. So I'm not saying he's going to get much less time, but I'm saying by default he will get less
It
time.
would be nice. I'm not gonna lie, just because of
Wait, how much
maintaining
did
the
they-
players'
but how much did they
fitness.
spend on Cole Palmer?
Like 40, 45.
Yeah, they got
I
him for
think
like
it was.
40 mil.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, they
40
didn't.
mil,
They didn't spend
45
it, and also they don't pay him a crazy amount either per month. Like
Yeah, they're giving him a new
Sterling.
deal now.
Sterling gets paid so fucking much.
325. Sterling and Lukaku.
And then
both
also like
325.
exactly, not to mention Mudryk, Sterling, Madueke.
Yep. Chelsea have a £100 million player sitting on the bench.
So,
in Mudryk, bro.
I'm saying by default,
Yeah,
because
Mudryk,
of all these wingers they have, by default Palmer gets less time. There's no way it works out with Palmer getting the same time.
I'd be disappointed.
I think
I'm
they
hoping
build,
that
nah,
it's,
but they build the team around Palmer.
you have
think
to,
so?
bro.
Yeah.
He's
Just
their
focus on
KDB, brother.
Yeah. And
He
yeah.
has to. I mean, if he plays less minutes, it has to only be down to just managing his fitness. And he doesn't even have a bad injury record. That's
No,
the
he
thing.
doesn't.
He doesn't need to be rested as in like a Pedro Neto. Like Pedro Neto, I'm like, you need to manage that man.
Yeah.
This man has missed over 100 games in 3 seasons. That is a
But
terrible
yeah,
record.
I
Terrible.
wouldn't be surprised if they do move him maybe into Nico Jackson's position. Fuck
Something.
Nico Jackson. Nico Jackson's terrible. If
But
you,
Nico
if you
Jackson now, remember there's talks of them offering him new deal with
watch,
improved terms,
the
bro.
City game, Nico Jackson had like 2-3 chances. There was
coulda
one
given
chance where
them-
Palmer took a shot and he scored the rebound, but he was offside.
Yeah.
How are you offside for fucking? How are you not watching where the line is? At
Exactly.
least you were
and
striker.
and he wasn't even like just offside.
No, he was-
like he was offside.
No,
He was
Nico
like
Jackson
Nunez
is-
offside.
Yes, I'm telling you, he's worse than Nunes. Nico Jackson is terrible. Chelsea should be looking at Osimhen. Ivan Toney's still on the table.
Remember,
Go buy someone else.
Osimhen wants his wages,
That's
bro.
such a-
Osimhen wants his
I wonder-
wages if he
I
comes to
wonder
Chelsea.
What's the buzz with
With
Ivan
Tony. I know. There's
What-
got to be
He's
something.
an asshole. I'm
There
telling
has-
you.
there has to be
I'm
some-
telling you. Remember, Arsenal was so interested in that one sit down with him and immediately
But it-
said we are no longer
but
interested.
again,
the victim mentality vibes. You guys-
But
No, that's
again,
not
don't,
even done.
I'm joking.
Don't
But
you
I
think-
mean, like no
it must
Prem
be
club.
that- it must be
don't you
that.
think him going to an
Spurs
actual?
Spurs win for Solanke. Sorry,
Yes.
Spurs win for Solanke over Tony. Tony would be cheaper.
I don't think Solanke is a bad choice. I think Solanke is a good choice. I think Chelsea should have gone for Solanke. But if he goes to a big team like Chelsea, surely he has no more
He's
ego.
kept Brentford
Exactly.
He
I don't-
solidified
I don't
them.
think-
Like what club has come from up and it's like they are an established Premier League.
Yes.
Look, I don't think any club wants to be the experimental club to see maybe he changes his ways
but I
because
mean-
there's every chance that he puts
even
on a
if
good
he
show
doesn't
till
change
he
his
signs
ways.
that contract.
Isn't the
and then he
student
becomes an
right
arse
to
again.
have an ego by carrying this fucking
I
team?
don't think this is even an ego. I
You're
think
not
he's just
signing
an
a
arse.
personality. You're signing a fucking player that's
You're
gonna
signing
get
a
you.
player.
But again,
goals.
personality,
Get you the asshole.
it's all
I-
pieces of the puzzle, bro.
Yeah, I
It's all
guess
pieces
so.
of the puzzle. And again,
I'm just saying, Chelsea are in such dire needs right now. If you're not going to sign fucking Osimhen, just get Tony.
do you remember when Tony was videoed saying "fuck Brentford"?
Yes.
Now again, that's not ego. That's just awesome.
But again, don't you think if he's playing for a bigger team, he's not saying that?
Again, I don't think any club wants to take that chance. If you end up signing Ivan Toney and there's any controversy, you're the idiots that took a chance
Nah,
on
man,
a guy
you
that
can
was
put
already a
I'm
problem.
sure you can put clauses and cash.
Surely you can put
I'm
something
sure
in
clubs
there.
do have those clauses, but what I'm saying is players will still. I guess players
I
like
honestly
Tony.
think the only reason he's a dick is he's at a shit club and he's doing so well.
Look, obviously, we're not in these behind-the-scenes talks. All I'm saying is there've been
Sign
so many
Ivan
English
Toney.
clubs that have been
Sign
interested in this
Ivan
man.
Toney.
There've been so many English clubs interested. Not one, not even at 30 mil. The Saudi
know.
offers is
It
in the
doesn't- it
region of
doesn't
30
make
odd
sense.
mil.
Something's
Not
up.
one club is trying to take a chance.
Something's up,
And you're telling me that
something's
that's just ego. People want a striker with an ego, bro.
Yeah,
But
something's
whatever
up.
he has is not ego, brother.
Maybe
Maybe there's something happening
a
with,
road
with
man.
betting shit again. Maybe it's not over.
Maybe he's a roadman. Yeah.
But yeah, look, obviously.
Yeah, City won. They look
City
good.
win
Chelsea,
2-0.
Chelsea still look lost a bit, but I do have hope that they'll get better as the season goes on.
Yeah. And then we closed off the week with Leicester City
Fun
and Tottenham
game.
Hotspur
Fun
1-1.
game.
Fun game.
Jamie, chat shit get bang
Yeah,
Vardy, brother.
Vardy, he's got the most
From
goals.
back
He's
in
got
the
the
business.
most Premier League goals for a player over 30.
What's he, 37 now?
Yeah, he's 37 now, and he looks good.
That was all he did in the game, to be
Yeah.
fair. But that's all you needed
That's
to
all
do,
he
bro.
needed to do.
And then he proceeded to remind Spurs that he has got a Premier League trophy and they've got none.
Yep.
And I
no,
respect
it's
that.
so cool to have that
was- I
personality.
respect
It's
that
so
so
good
much,
to have
bro.
that
That was my
personality
like watching
back
him walk
in.
off the
Yeah.
field and just was it Ramirez?
Yeah.
That was sick.
Look, Spurs should have won. Spurs absolutely should have won that. They
definitely-
should have killed it in the first
dude,
half.
Ange has got to be pulling out his hair watching
You
that
see the
Spurs
picture
team.
of him from the sideline, just hunched over.
Yeah,
when,
I
when
didn't-
he
I
lifted
didn't-
off, bro.
I didn't see that.
He literally looked like he was just like, come on,
Come
bro,
on,
this
bro.
love.
Spurs are very weird, dude.
They're Spursy.
No,
Look,
they're
I will say
Spurs.
Solanke. I liked what he was doing. He was getting involved with play.
his first
Sure,
game
he
also.
didn't score, but he was getting
My
involved.
FPL didn't appreciate what he did, but
Yeah.
the eye test was at least decent.
And again, with the eye test, I think Madison looked good. I know he got taken off, but again, Spurs' whole front six was switched at some point. We saw
Spurs also
Archie,
have
we
to
saw
manage
Archie
Madison.
Gray come on. We saw Richarlison come on.
I think
we saw
Romero
Son
was the
come
only
off.
starting player.
Who stayed?
Yeah.
You know, look, I don't know. I don't necessarily like that. Maybe it's just a fitness
You
thing.
don't like using the 5 subs?
I understand.
I
I
like
don't-
using
I
the
don't
5
like
subs.
changing
I don't like
your-
it. I don't like it. The fact that the managers kind of have like another get out of jail free. Oh, you can see it as a get out of
Yeah.
jail free card
Yeah.
because they can literally change the whole
A
team.
whole front six.
I like
yeah.
the 5 subs,
But I
bro.
get it that because of the injuries in all the games they
Yes.
play, it makes sense.
So,
Gotta
so,
manage
so he had 6 injuries because of the concussion with Bentancur as well. You get an extra,
Yeah,
you get an
that
extra
was
sub.
hectic.
Yeah,
That
you get
was
an extra
hectic.
sub.
well,
when
we
you-
don't know. We actually they didn't show us.
Well, yeah, if you saw, look,
he
if you
must
saw
have.
that though, he looked like
No, if you were on Twitter, you saw.
yeah. We,
Twitter
okay,
had
okay,
all
okay.
the clips, bro.
Oh shit!
we didn't see what happened in the game, but the dude was out cold for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Spurs will be fucking the classic Spurs. They had it lined up. It was on a table for them.
This is exactly what Leicester would have dreamed of, bro.
I know.
I mean, I know obviously a dream would have been to win, but
no, this is-
coming out of that game with a point.
And
No, but
again,
they look good. They were passing.
I got to
lekker,
shout
they were
out
fucking-
all the promotion teams right now. I think Southampton to almost come through against Newcastle.
Almost with 10 men Newcastle.
10 men. Ipswich to hold Liverpool in that first half looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Leicester to hold Tottenham to a 1-1.
I
The
think
promotion
I
teams.
think the Leicester one was the proper Premier League vibe.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
You saw an established proper side
Exactly.
quality,
Yeah.
literally dominating, and then you saw a team get just a smidgen of
chance,
belief,
yeah.
and then the whole
Literally
game
the
changes.
stadium,
the
bro.
fucking stadium goes, and the fucking manager's like, come on,
yeah,
Yeah, bro.
that's exactly
then-
what you want from
and
promotion
then they can
teams
go
playing.
and win it, and then it's either okay, and is this established Premier
Yes.
League side in
Yeah.
Spurs, are they gonna come back,
Yeah.
or they and show their quality again, or are they gonna crumble and let the underdogs?
No, and
But
look,
yeah,
Leicester
that's sick.
look like they deserve to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, to make
Yeah.
a Premier League team look like that on equal footing. Obviously, though, yeah, Ange has got to be so upset at that team.
He did say he's going to win something with Spurs this season.
I think he's
His
the
own
one.
words.
I think Spurs
he's
looked
the
good
difference at the club.
at the club. You
Ange.
think him? Yeah.
Yeah, because again, you
Everything
look-
else is obviously we've seen it and it's there, and it's
Yeah,
obviously the players are the
he's not
players.
stained by that Spurs mentality yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have that. Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
a lot of the new signings though aren't, to be fair. Madison isn't.
Yeah, and he was injured for
Solanke
so much
isn't
of
now
last
as
season.
well. Son is still quality.
Yeah.
But Son has been there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
In
I know.
that
He
mentality.
is stained a bit, but I think he's so good though that he overcomes
No, but
it.
what I'm saying,
Individually, he
I'm
performs, bro.
I'm saying,
And
he's-
also that
yeah.
old back four, including Vicario, is all new at Spurs.
Yeah, bro.
I think I honestly think Spurs look good.
Vicario had to keep them in the game last night.
Yeah,
at
no,
some
he did.
point as
I
well.
think Spurs genuinely look good. It's sad that they didn't, but it's I'm happy to see the
not
promotion
sad.
teams. I know.
It's not sad at all. But yeah, 1-1 to close out the weekend. And then elsewhere, we obviously did have Aston Villa end up beating West Ham 2-1, which was quite an exciting game by all accounts. Your boy Duran got another goal. I know you've said that he's impressed you before.
I did specifically mention him because a lot of people bring up that they have like European football and shit now. But again, what my argument is, even if Watkins doesn't play, they have other players like Duran who can fucking
And then my boy Amadou Onana, another debut who gets a man of the match. He scored within 4 minutes of his debut, bro.
And I think Everton are missing him because Everton look complete garbage.
Absolute bottom of the table after they lost 3-0 to Brighton.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
It's exactly where Everton are going to be, bro.
this may be the season.
This
Everton
may,
go.
yeah,
This may be it.
I'm eating my words. now.
Another player with a
From
goal
my
and assist in the game there with Danny Welbeck, who obviously just keeps doing it, bro.
Yeah,
no
shout
matter
out to
how much time goes
United
by,
alumni.
he just keeps on doing it. But yeah, like obviously we're not going to really look at the table, but as things stand, I'm pretty sure every Brighton fan is desperate for the clock to stop because they are top of the table at the moment. And that about does it for the opening set of fixtures. Let us know what you guys made of everything. Obviously the next set of games will be a lot more tricky, but we will do a preview episode for those games as well. At some point, we'll also talk on the FPL stuff. If you haven't joined, link is in the description below. You can join up. Thank you guys for watching. Sponzy, thank you for being here. Ethan, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one.